Hey everyone, my name is Matt and welcome back to the farm. Well, I have something just a little bit different in store for today's video. We're heading off the farm over to a friend of mine's farm, the same one that I need to bring this hay elevator to. He also called me up the other day and asked if he could borrow my fertilizer spreader. He's got a job that he wants to get done. Not sure what that is, but I said, yeah, sure, no problem. I'll throw it on the trailer. So that's what we're up to. So let's get going over there and we'll see what we got going on for the day. Well, it looks like everything's riding along on the trailer all right so far. We haven't lost anything yet. All those straps are still tight. And we're only a few miles away, so I think we're in pretty good shape. Well, have I got a treat for you today, guys. We're going to be doing a little bit of corn picking here today at my buddy's farm. This is my friend Bill.
Hi, everybody.
And we're going to be using this Massey Harris 2-row mounted corn picker. So what we have here is a 2-row self-propelled Massey Harris mounted corn picker. This was made from the late 40s to through the 50s, and the early versions used a 4-cylinder Continental engine, and then they went to a 6-cylinder Continental engine. This has a 6-cylinder Continental engine in it. So we're going to go out in the field and put her to work today. I do got to say one thing, for a machine that's 75 years old or so, it does a nice job at taking the husks off the ears. There's nothing on here. This was one that I picked up off the ground, but I'm impressed. Really does a nice job. I gotta tell you, this is a whole lot of fun. I'm waiting on a wagon. We're running with 3 wagons today. I got a full one up there, and then there's another full one down there. He has to run about 2 miles down the road to his brother-in-law's where the corn cribs are to get them unloaded. So there's a little bit of a lag time there as far as getting that job done. But I'll tell you what, I'm having a blast doing this. I've never done this before. I like running farm equipment, and to be able to do something different and new, it's a whole lot of fun. So let's talk about what we're using here. That's a John Deere 4000 that belongs to Bill's brother-in-law, and along with this new idea 2-row corn picker. It's doing a great job. Haven't had any problems with it, knock on wood. Let's hope it stays that way. But I really enjoy this. The corn seems to be awful good today. Got some ears hanging, other ones are standing up. They did some moisture tests on it and it's right where they wanted. So it's their call as far as getting, you know, out in the field and picking it. I'm just a guy sitting in a tractor trying to help them get it done. Well, we're waiting on wagons again, so I figured I'd take a minute and explain the operation of a corn picker. So the idea behind a corn picker is to take the husk off of the cob but leave the kernels on the cob, and it's kind of a thing of the past. There's not many people that do it anymore. How this thing works is the rows of corn come in here, these gathering chains bring the row of corn, the corn stalk, in to these snapping rolls, and these snapping rolls are rotating in opposite directions, and the idea is that it pulls the corn stalk down through, and when it does that, it takes the ear corn and strips it off of the corn stalk. The corn stalk then just gets sucked down through the bottom and away it goes. Then the cob ends up over here in this elevator and rides up through here and drops down into this area where there's an auger that pulls the cobs of corn towards the back, and then the cobs of corn come out here into the what's called the husking bed. New Idea made these husking beds in 2 variations, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe there was an 8-roll husking bed and a 12-roll husking bed. But anyways, the corn works its way down through here. By the time it gets down to the bottom, then you should end up with a clean ear cob. This area of the picker is a hopper, and this is a hopper that holds the corn for your unload auger. Now, you can turn this unload auger on and off via this cord right here that I'm pulling on that goes up to the back of the tractor. And the purpose of that is so when you get to the end row, if you have corn going up that elevator, you can turn that off so you don't spill corn off of the wagon as you make the turn. New Idea made this also in a 1-row corn picker, so you pick 1 row at a time. So it's kind of a neat operation. Like I said, it's a thing of the past. There's really nobody that does it anymore other than a small farm. It's a cheap investment. You can get a lot of this equipment relatively inexpensive. Drying corn, you put it in a corn crib, Mother Nature does that work for you. So it's a good economical way for a small farm to be viable and put their own feed up. Well, we're back home now. That was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed it. It was good to be able to help them out. Bill's a good friend of mine. I've known him over 15 years. We used to work together. Before I had my farm here, I used to spend every Saturday over at his farm helping him out, doing various different things. Bill was the best man, co-best man in our wedding this past August. So he's a good friend of mine. So I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to go over and help him and his brother-in-law Scott and run their equipment and do something that I'd never done before. So we ended up getting 9 loads off of that 7-acre field. There's more to go. Obviously we didn't get the whole thing done. There's probably a third of the field left, but from what I understand, I didn't see the corn crib, but it sounds like it's pretty near full. So it was a lot of fun. Like I said, I definitely enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you like our channel, as always, we ask you to subscribe. We hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time.